Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Military Mondays. If you and I don't know each other, I would love to get to know you. Please chat down below or send me a private message. But I'm retired Major Brenda Sanchez. I served in the Air Force for 27 years, and now I help the business community to acquire and retain their customers for life with my husband, who just retired also. So now we both do this business full time. But I love highlighting veteran business owners or spouses of military members or veterans that have their own business, because I truly believe that if the civilian community knew about them, they would want to do business with them. Because I hear so many people say, I would love to support the military, but I don't even know. A lot of military businesses don't even tout that they are a military or a spouse-owned business. So I do interviews every single Monday morning. So if you are a veteran or a military member or a spouse that has their own business, please reach out to me at militarymondays.info. So that's militarymondays.info. That's where you can register to maybe be on a Military Mondays and see past episodes. But with that, I am so honored to have Torrie on this morning. Torrie and I met just a short time ago networking at Polka Dot Powerhouse. So if you are a female that owns their own business or a sales professional, even you can be a grandma and join Polka Dot Powerhouse. But if you like a no drama zone, that's where you should be. And you can reach out to myself or Torrie and we can tell you how to get hooked up to that. But I'm super excited because Torrie and I met a couple of weeks ago and I learned about everything that Torrie's done in her life and what she's doing now. And so I wanted to highlight her this morning. So welcome, Torrie. Excited to have you on this morning.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. My first podcast. This is exciting.
Yay! So you are a military spouse, and I put a retired military spouse because you served right alongside your husband who just retired after what, 29 years? Is that what you said? 20?
Just over 29 years. Yep.
29 years. Wow. And he's Army, correct?
He is Army. Yep.
Army.
29 years plus in the Army.
Wow. And so you served the whole career he did pretty much. So you are a retired military spouse. What was it like 29 years in the service as a spouse?
Have you ever watched the show Big Brother? Expect the unexpected. That's what it's like for 29 years. Expect the unexpected.
So I know you were a teacher. You've done several different things. So let's talk a little bit about your being a spouse and what you did as a spouse, career-wise, and some things maybe you learned along the way.
Oh gosh. So when you marry into the military, you either want to be a stay-at-home mom and stay incredibly busy that way, or you want to be a stay-at-home mom, or you want a job and then you want to be incredibly busy that way. And so I had to decide which one I wanted to do, and I like to be incredibly busy apparently. So I had to make a choice of where I wanted to work. What job would I get that would be able to be flexible with where a guy was going, my husband was going. And so I'm like, teaching sounds like pretty easy career. Oh, what a silly girl I was. So I went into teaching, but it was good because it helped me be flexible with the children, because he was always gone. So I'm like, okay, I can still contribute to the family and be home with the kids. And so that's why I chose teaching originally. But because apparently I like to go crazy, I decided to go back to school and work a full-time job, be a military spouse, and have 2 children at home. So Like, oh, sounds
Life,
fun,
life
right?
was life wasn't adventurous enough for you, so you
Okay,
needed
I
to add
guess
more
not.
adventures.
I guess not. I guess I need to just a little, I need to take it a notch further. So I went back to school and decided to do my doctorate of psychology because I thought, oh, that could go anywhere too. So, well, I didn't think this in the beginning. So I was teaching, and then I decided, now that I'm a doctor of psychology, I should do something where my kids are grown and out of the house, I can shift and still move with my husband. And so I started the Kalm Effect to mentor military spouses, teachers. I mentor a lot of teachers and coach them as well. So, and then my husband is part of it too. And he decided it looked fun. So he's like, I could do that too. So he's picked up the military component to that for the active duty members. So he has a lot of people that come talk to him because of his years. And so we kind of tag teamed it together. And here I am. I decided this is going great. Let me just focus on this for a while. So now that life has calmed down and there are no kids at home anymore, and he retired, maybe I should. So one job and not 20, being 20 with the kids and then the other two jobs. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what are some of the things that you learned in the military as a spouse that you think make you successful in business today?
Flexibility. Flexibility is a huge thing that I have had to learn over the years, being flexible, because things aren't always going to go the way I want them to go. Time isn't always going to be my friend. People aren't always going to be able to be on my schedule, so it's just flexibility in everything. The website's going to crash. I'm not going to know how to do a website. So I'm going to have to take a course, so being flexible with just every piece of life is something I've had to learn the last 29 years.
Awesome. And that's kind of what you teach people
Yeah.
today with the Kalm Effect.
Right. I'm living it. I've lived through it. I'm still living it. Now we're in retirement. That's a whole new chapter of life we have to learn.
Yep,
So,
exactly. We're both there because he just retired and so did Mike. So we're in the same phase of life. So what do you do today? Let's sum it up so that people know just a little bit of what you do so that they can connect with you if that sounds like something that would help them.
So the Kalm Effect, we are coaching health. I say health and wellness, more wellness, because of psychology, I really focus on the mental and emotional, spiritual well-being of the clients. And so I like to assist clients with the problem solving, accountability, stress management, time management, organization, and then that emotional piece. There's emotions that are obviously clinical emotions, and they need medication, and they need severe diagnosis and medical documentation. And then there's the more relaxed atmosphere and wellness coaching and life coaching. We just talk. It's somebody that validates you. It's somebody that helps you problem solve and find solutions to where you want to be in life, or maybe just one situation. I have some clients that have just one thing. They need help with this one thing. How do I so just that overall well-being, just trying to be the best version of you. And it sounds silly, but coaches like myself also have coaches. So it's a positive outcome in the end, so emotional, spiritual, health, it's all in one. So it's that work-life balance kind of thing, or just a life balance. I have a couple of women that don't work, and they just need that validation and that feeling, but they're not clinical. They just want somebody to really talk to and kind of validate how they're feeling or help them through something. And that's what we do here. And then we have the military component with my husband, and he does coach a lot of younger soldiers and mentors them on what he would do or how he thinks that maybe, they could problem solve various situations with the service connected piece. That obviously I can help a military spouse every day, but if you're active duty, I can help you emotionally. But when it comes to your leadership, let's talk about how we can deal with them, but how a civilian would deal with them and how active duty should deal with them are probably two different things. So
Cool. And so it's kind of like having a sounding board that people can bounce ideas off of you and just kind of have somebody else to partner with them through the decision versus a
Right.
spouse. I mean, and
right, because sometimes we know our spouses, as much as we love them and respect their decisions or their thoughts and processes, we sometimes need an outsider view on how to deal with whatever situation may arise. I deal a lot with stress management, because right now we have a lot of stress in the world, and I deal a lot with the stress management. Time management is a huge one too. A lot of people, being a teacher, that's your job, is to time manage. So I have that on lock. Took years to get there, but I got it. So, and I do partner with a company out of Canada, actually, that they work with me. They give me different strategies, research-based strategies that they've used, and that I can modify for each client. So, and businesses, I can do some businesses too. So there is a company that I partner with that does a lot of research-based strategies that we can implement. So it's not just me pulling things out of the air. There really is a rhyme and reason behind how I approach various situations.
Awesome. So, you and I were talking prior to going live about just life and coming up on retirement and things that you've learned. So what pieces of advice would you have for a military spouse or even somebody retiring that maybe would catch them by surprise that you'd recommend?
Oh, well, everything in the military catches you by surprise. You're like, oh, you're leaving today?
Today?
Oh, I thought it was a week from now. Oh no, it's today. My biggest advice is to always, again, expect the unexpected. Prepare for, and I don't even know how you could say prepare. Expect the unexpected. Be flexible. Be willing to. Have always supported my husband in every career choice he's made within the military, and he's always reciprocated that respect and that support. So there are tons of resources out there that can help you achieve any goal you want to achieve. I'm living proof of that. I mean, my husband and I got married when I was a junior in high school, and we had a baby. And so I've always said, I'm not going to be defined as a teen mom. That is my story, but that's not my end story. And so I think just having that mindset of I can be flexible. I can expect whatever's going to come my way. I'm going to address it, and I'm going to move past it, because the military does have a lot of resources out there to assist you. And so, you just have to be willing to go hunt for them or find somebody who knows. So yeah, that's my advice.
And then specifically, only because we just had this conversation about TRICARE.
Yes.
So if you're getting ready to retire, or your spouse is getting ready to retire, Torrie's got just a little piece of advice for you.
Insurance, healthcare. We were told we had 90 days after retirement. We were covered. No, you're not. You have 90 days to make a choice if you're going to stay with TRICARE, or if you're going to go out on your own and adventure somewhere else. Pick your adventure kind of thing. Make your ID card appointment on the first day of retirement, because that retiree ID card is vital to your existence in healthcare world. So we definitely learned the hard way, where we don't have 90 days. Now I don't. And then with COVID, all of the appointments are so far back. Yeah. So prepare. Again, expect the unexpected. Prepare. You're left without healthcare.
Yeah, which is not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
There are lots of healthcare options out there. TRICARE is amazing, but do your homework and find out what is best for your family, because every family situation is different. And, consult with some people. Don't just assume. TRICARE is amazing. I love TRICARE, but
Right.
talk to other people too, because there may be other options. I am not an insurance agent. I don't claim to be one. I don't want to be one, but there are lots of people out there and resources out there for you to tap into and to check into before you just, it's sort of like VGLI and all of the things that as you're going through retirement, oh, sign here, oh, do this. Like, there are lots of options, and make sure that what you are choosing is the best choices for you and your family. Because I know I retired in 2015, and I'm kind of in limbo because I'm a gray area reservist. For those of you who understand that, if you don't, go Google it. A gray area reservist is somebody who has retired, they've done their time, but they can't collect a retirement check. Now, a bunch of you are like, what do you mean you don't get a retirement check yet? As a reservist, you have a gray zone, and I'm in the gray zone. So some of those choices you have to make before you even go into the gray zone, and others you wait to make the decisions when it's time to collect the retirement check. So do your homework. If you're a gray area reservist, there are lots of options out there. You don't have TRICARE unless you're, I believe it's 30% disability, which I don't have quite yet. We're working on that. Torrie's and her husband are going to help me a little bit with that too. But if you don't have that, then you are in that hole or limbo stage until you collect it. So if that's you and you want to have a conversation about that, I'm going through that right now. So feel free to reach out. Any last piece of I can't talk today. Any last pieces of advice or anything you wanted to share today that we didn't cover, Torrie?
Just enjoy life, enjoy the ride, because there's so much information, especially at retirement. You just kind of have to, like you said, do your homework, go through every little line item because it's a lot of information and it can be overwhelming. But there are people out there that, and not just the VSOs and things like that, in respect to retirement. There's other people, other resources like Nine Line, the Care Coalition, if you're a soft individual. There's so many resources that can help you, guide you through this. Your local, what's the Veterans Affairs?
Veterans Services
VFW.
or
VFW. Yeah, go to the VFW. That's
VFW.
Great resources. They have people there that will help too.
Yep,
even
active American veterans. I mean, there's so many organizations out there that can help.
And they have spousal information too, how to help with spouses. And both of our children, both of our children are active duty members too, and one of them is getting out, and they're tapping into their VFWs because they went to Afghanistan, so they were deployed. But so just really do your research and enjoy the ride, because we hear so many negative things, but the military has been good to us over the last 29 years. As much stress that there is, but that's with any job. So
exactly. enjoy the ride. And I know you and I talked earlier, and the other thing you had said that I like to bring up to viewers is you said be prepared, but plan ahead in a career too. If you want to have your own business, start early on. I learned that also. That if you're a teacher and you have a spouse that's in the military, or you have two careers, you have a little bit of extra money, that starting a business early on versus waiting until the income isn't as great, I always recommend having a side gig that can turn into a plan A later on in life. So
Yeah, very true. That's what my husband, what does he say? The military jargon. Have your, what does he say? Your ABC plan.
yeah, A, B, C, and D plan.
D.
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
to double C's. Sometimes we start over at AA again.
Yeah, well, because special forces in that, they know, they understand that the plan that they go into battle with or into a situation with most likely is not going to be how it is executed.
Right.
But you plan for the best. You
Yep.
plan, how do you say that? You
Hope for the
expect the
best.
worst and
Expect
plan
worst.
for whatever.
Hope
You
for
know
the
what I
best.
mean. Hope for the best, yeah. But you'll always have a backup plan, because if you don't, life can really
Yeah.
throw you a curveball and set you down a path that you
Yeah.
might not like. So be prepared.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
military, be prepared.
Yeah.
So
go. I was gonna say go Army, but you're Air Force. Never mind.
yeah, no, I'm Air Force, and
Go.
but
Blue
you were
Wings.
Army. So, well, thank you so much for being on this morning. I appreciate it. How can our viewers or my viewers reach you?
They can reach me at my website or on my website. It's thekalmeffect.com. Or they can also call. I have a phone number. It's on the website, but my phone number is 910-850-5441. And they can call and I can connect with them that way as well. So that's 2 ways.
Awesome. And Kalm is Kalm instead of
Dr.
CALM. So
Kalm,
yes,
Dr. Psychology, I get it.
right. The Kalm Effect. And then I'll tag her Facebook page, her business Facebook page. And as soon as we finish, I'll make sure I've tagged Torrie in the post. So do me a favor, if you've gotten value out of this, like and share it with your audience. Even if you didn't, if you come across this video, somebody needs to hear this interview today. Somebody needs to hear and connect with Torrie. So if you would do us a favor and just like and share this with your page so that we can get the word out, I'd greatly appreciate it. And again, if you are a military member, a veteran, or a spouse that has their own business, please go to militarymondays.info, and that's militarymondays with an S.info. And I'd love to connect with you and maybe feature you on a future Military Mondays. So with that, I hope everybody has an awesome week, and I will see you next Monday on Military Mondays. Bye, everyone.